you look at every habit that is built on, it is actually built on convenience.
Whether we like it or not, but this narrative does exist wherein people think that you just have to tell AI and the AI will finish the job.
Yeah, we just want it to be quick, we want it to be easy, we don't want to put in the brunt hard work.
I sort of love it, how they were trying to build a melody out of mundane things like hitting the keyboard.
Brains are lazy by default, yeah.
Hey everyone, my name is Tanish.
And I'm Mira.
And this is the MT podcast. And in today's episode, we're going to be breaking down one of 5-star's most cleverly executed campaigns.
Yeah,
right?
Clearly.
So, yeah, we're excited for this. So, let's dive right into it.
Man.
How much longer?
2 days?
Arey, use some AI and finish it fast now. Send it to me in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I sort of love this line,
Yeah.
Like,
Very relatable.
yeah. I mean, after AI has come, sort of everyone's expectation has gone through the roof, right?
True.
Yeah, crazy. That was a good one.
Is AI really helping us work less like we thought? Or making us work even faster? Because it's only going to get worse.
Oh, nice.
I love how immediately the interface changed, right? It became all the more interactive.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
It's more like, sort of like they're in a simulation right now.
True. Exactly. I felt the same way. Yeah.
Crazy. Oh.
If we're forced to keep pace with super efficient AIs, will we ever get to just sit back and do nothing?
The devil is in the details. Did you see the empty cups, coffee cups?
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention to that.
That was really good.
Forced to keep pace with super efficient AIs, will we ever get to just sit back and do nothing? 5-Star presents Make AI.
I love how the whole shower thing was there. It's like, dude, your life is just
Screwed, yeah.
get a brush, get your soap, stay in the
Yeah.
office. Crazy.
Will we ever get to just sit back and do nothing? 5-Star presents Make AI Mediocre again.
Wow.
We've built the world's first server farm that works 24/7 to fill the internet with thousands of
Damn. The thought of to just even do this.
Yeah.
Like they've actually built a server farm for this.
Yeah.
the world's first server farm that
What
works
an idea.
24/7 to fill the internet with thousands of confusing websites like these.
Oh, damn.
Wish I'd done this during my max exam.
What was that? What was that?
I wish I'd done something like this, clever like this for my max exam instead
I
of
kinda
actually
love-
breaking my head.
Yeah, I kind of love what kind of stupidity that they are.
Yeah.
And it's quite crazy. It's interesting. Find X and X is here.
Yeah.
You see that?
And since all AI is trained from the internet, the more nonsense the AIs pick up, the more mistakes they start making.
This is the best one.
Wow.
And the more time we'll get to eat 5-Star and do.
I'll actually tell you a very interesting thing. When the tag showed up as that of redoing, right?
Yeah.
Since I'm an editor, whenever I do a project and I put it on render, that is where my time to chill starts because
Correct.
rendering takes a little time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I can relate to that. I mean, it's like, oh, okay, now that the AI is redoing it, I don't have to do anything. Let me just chill.
Ah.
It's not about getting less work done. I feel it's more like now he has a solid reason to tell to his boss that, hello, boss, the AI is screwed it up. It's redoing it again. I'm having a little time. Let me catch up on my break.
It's a good analogy, actually.
So for me, it's more relatable with when I put things to render. Yeah.
And you just sit back and chill. Yeah.
And the more time we'll get to eat 5-Star and do nothing. Join us on this historic mission and donate your worst answers on makeAImediocreagain.com.
Wow.
That
That
was,
was crazy.
that was really good. Yeah.
That was so good. I mean, crazy, right?
Yeah, very clever. Very witty, very clever.
I can't even find anything negative to tell about the ad. Like, where did they miss the mark?
True. Just bang on. Just bang on.
It was crazy. So, Mira, from a strategy point of view, what do you think? What insight was this ad built on?
So I think the insight is all about how humans fundamentally find a way to do less. And this holds true across generation, time spans, and eras. And in the AI era, where everyone is going on and on about AI can boost productivity, 5-star still shows us a way to trick the system and work less. And this beautifully ties back to the whole brand tagline, which is eat 5-star and do nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's actually a very interesting way to look at it, no?
True. Yeah.
And I also wonder, the thing that you said about the insight being, how people always find a way to do less. Which is like a very obvious truth, right?
Correct. It's very intrinsic to humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why do you think so? Like, people always want to do less. Is there any? I mean, I would just like to know your thought process behind it.
Like, we always find some loopholes through things, right? We always want to find the more easier route of doing things, the more convenient route. Like, you look at every habit that is built on, it is actually built on convenience. So, especially in this day and age, when we want a quick 10-minute delivery, anything of that sort, we just want it to be quick, we want it to be easy, we don't want to put in the brunt hard work.
Right. I guess our brains are just designed like that, no?
True.
Just to sort of, I don't know.
Brains are lazy by default. Yeah.
I think there was this very interesting psychological experiment that was done with babies. Do you know that? Did you come across that?
No.
It was sort of like, two kids, they were given cookies.
Okay.
And their parents said that we will go away for 5 minutes and we will come back. But you are not supposed to eat the cookie. And if they don't eat the cookie, they will get 2 cookies.
Okay, wait a minute. This is about instant gratification.
And delayed gratification.
I recall it. Yeah.
So it was quite interesting to actually know, and the parents went away. And obviously there were some kids who couldn't sort of, put a pause on their cravings. Correct. They just directly went for the cookie. But there were some kids who actually stopped, right? And they sort of had 2 cookies later. Okay. It's sort of just, and to be, I mean, I don't know how much truth there is to it, but this was apparently a 15-year to 20-year study. And they said that the kid who managed to pause their cravings were the ones who were more disciplined when they became adults. Right?
True.
So, but again, that is a little bit of work, the fact that you have to sort of pause yourself from giving into the cravings, there's a lot of mental effort that takes in, right? I guess that is where your point comes in, I guess.
Correct.
Isn't it? Like, in terms of how humans manage to find a shortcut as opposed to doing the work.
Correct. So what do you think about the design aspect of it? How did they go about executing it?
So, right off the bat, the first thing that I really liked about the video is the color grading. Alright. There's good psychology behind using these kind of dark, grungy green tones, right? And it ties back to basically bring out the look and feel of these prison-like environments, which is something that the brand is trying to subconsciously convey, I can say, in terms of how these workplaces are more like prisons. And another aspect is, I don't know whether you've seen this movie called The Matrix, wherein they sort of tried bringing to life the idea of what a simulation is. And most of it is more like computer language, it's more like ones and zeros. So yeah, this was a very interesting design element that the production team chose to roll with. And secondly, what really got my attention was the music. I sort of love it, how they were trying to build a melody out of mundane things like hitting the keyboard, like there was a tone behind it.
True.
So yeah, all the work that has gone behind in terms of bringing the audio production to life is just absolutely remarkable. And I think put these two elements in terms of how they went about with the direction and the look and feel and how it should sound, I guess the video absolutely nails it from an execution point of view and even from a design point of view. Okay, so coming down to E, what emotion do you think this ad sort of really brought to the table?
For me, it's humor, rather intelligent humor, right? It was very witty, very clever. And beneath that layer of humor, there was also a sense of awe. I don't know if I was the one who experienced that, but the extent to which they went, the magnitude of the initiative sort of made me go awe. And yeah, that was another emotion that came through. Intelligent humor, awe.
Interesting.
What about you? What do you think?
For me, it was just outright funny.
True.
I just felt like, they just took it was a very clever way to bring this whole messaging to life, given how the current landscape is with AI and there's so much chaos out there, right? And I think whether we like it or not, but this narrative does exist wherein people think that you just have to tell AI and the AI will finish the job.
Yeah, true. Very true.
And I see it more prevalent. Like I see a lot of writers especially complaining about this, about how people, the ones who are actually putting their thought and energy into writing something, are being taken less seriously.
Correct, yeah.
Right? So this whole narrative that exists, and I guess this was a very comical take against that entire narrative. Like,
correct, yeah.
Let's just feed them bullshit so that they just trip. Like they just hallucinate.
Yeah.
So I think funny was the emotion that really came. Although I don't know whether funny is an emotion, but yeah, they just banked on the entire aspect of giving people something to laugh about.
Yeah, and the high that comes out of tricking the system, right? Any system for that matter. So yeah. Last but not the least, A, what do you think? Was it a work of art?
For me, I would definitely say it is. Because I really can't really seem to be coming up with anything that was a negative for this ad.
I agree.
In terms of music, in terms of production, in terms of the idea, and for me it was a bang on, bullseye. So yeah, it is a work of art for me. I think this ad will stand generations for sure. Not generations as in I won't say it will go down as a classic, because given the landscape of how much content is being fed to the internet, that's a very challenging thing to do. But other than that, if you ask me, like, will I ever show this ad to folks who are just coming into advertising? 100% yes.
True, of course. It's a good. It calls for a good case study actually.
So what do you think? Is this a work of art, or how's it?
I definitely found it artistic, like both visually and conceptually. So visually, I loved how the interface was. It was completely futuristic, and the screens got very interactive, right? And also the fact that how you said ones and zeros, it really got us into a very different kind of stimulative environment. And conceptually, I loved how it stayed so true to what the brand stands for. So definitely a very beautifully crafted ad.
Oh, that's good. So yeah, that was our take based on the IDEA framework. You think we should go and score this ad?
Yeah. You go first.
I mean, for me, quite frankly, I think this ad was a 10 on 10. I really can't seem to sort of find any flaw with the ad. Production was a work of art. Audio production was even amazing. Also from me talking from a music producer standpoint as well, I'm able to guess how many melodies, how many tones have gone into it, right? So for me it was like absolutely good. The inside was very humorous, like what you pointed out, finding a way to do less. I mean, I never thought about it that way, quite frankly.
Yeah.
So I kind of loved that breakdown. And other than that, yeah, for me it's a 10 on 10.
Okay.
What about you?
I wouldn't give it a 10 maybe, like I would say 9 because I went on to look at the website to see if I can also pass on nonsensical stuff.
Okay.
but that website just directed me to the parent brand of 5-star.
Oh.
So I was sort of disappointed that I couldn't trick the system.
Okay.
So that's why it's probably a 9.
9. Oh, actually, I didn't think about visiting the website. I mean, I'm clearly you're the big ad node.
I wanted to act on it. Like
Okay.
they were clearly encouraging participation. They were like, go to this website. So I was like, let me go to that website, but I was fooled. I was tricked instead of me trying to trick the system.
Oh,
So
that is definitely.
9.
Yeah, that is definitely a con in my opinion. I mean, if I knew that, then I would have stuck by 9.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was interesting, right? This breakdown was interesting. But yeah, thank you for your insights on this ad.
And thank you for your insights as well.
So yeah, with that, we'll just wrap this episode and we'll see you folks on the next one.